are a lot of attorneys for civil claimants, a lot of people representing families of the victims of the revolution, people that were killed during Egypt's uprising that are trying to get involved in this case, trying to link up their cases with the criminal proceedings. And there's been presentation of evidence, a little bit of confusion in the courtroom as to how exactly this will all play out at this point. Outside the courtroom, though, there has been violence, clashes throughout the morning between anti-Mubarak protesters and pro-Mubarak demonstrators. This happened on August 3rd as well when the trial started. Today, at different times throughout the morning, they've been throwing rocks at one another. Riot police have been deployed. A lot of emotions really running throughout the streets of Cairo, and especially outside of the courtroom. Some people think that it's undignified for this trial to be happening, for a former president to be treated that way. Others there saying this is great for the country, this is the only way the country will heal, and that he should be prosecuted to the full extent of the law. Carol?
So, Hosni Mubarak's health isn't any better? He's still suffering from whatever malady he was suffering from before?
Well, Carol, there's been a lot of speculation and rumor about his health. Many people here in Cairo simply don't believe the claims of the Mubarak team, his defense attorney. They believe that this is a ploy for sympathy, that the former president was trying to get sympathy, trying to get some kind of amnesty or clemency granted so that he wouldn't have to appear in this courtroom at any time. Nonetheless, he did appear on August 3rd. He's appearing today. They wheeled him in on a stretcher. But I can say that a lot of people here are very dubious, very skeptical here in Egypt as to the claims of his poor health. They believe, again, that he's really just trying to get sympathy from the public. And by most accounts, the people that we're speaking with, that doesn't really seem to be working. A lot of people we talk to here in Egypt, even though there are Mubarak supporters, believe that this is a good thing for the country, that he should be prosecuted, and that it's good that he's actually being made to appear in that courtroom as a defendant in this case. Carol?
Mohammed Jamjoon live in Cairo. Thanks so much. If you want to buy a luxury home in London, be ready to dig deep. Prices are skyrocketing in the central part of the city as buyers look for a safe place to park their money. This is Heath Hall. Cue the music to lifestyles of the rich and famous. And brace yourself for the price tag. This home is on the market for $160 million. That includes sweeping staircases, an indoor pool, a tennis court, 2 kitchens. Just one example, but brokers say London's luxury home prices are up 10% in the last year. So see, somebody has money somewhere. iPhone mania is gripping the world. According to Digitimes, Apple says it expects to sell some 56 million iPhones in the second half of the year. Half of those phones will be the new iPhone 5, which, by the way, isn't even out yet. It should hit the shelves this fall. 60,000 pounds of beef recalled over E. coli concerns. New information from the government on what you should be checking for.
I've been waiting for a snack like you to come into my life.
Lean Cuisine has snacks like creamy, cheesy spinach artichoke dip with warm pita. New from Lean Cuisine.
Are you anxious to protect your family with life insurance, but afraid you can't afford it? Well, look how much insurance many people can get through SelectQuote for less than $1 a day. SelectQuote found Rich, 37, a $500,000 policy for under $18 a month. Even though Dave, 43, takes meds to control his blood pressure, SelectQuote got him a $500,000 policy for under $28 a month. Ellen, 47, got a $250,000 policy for under $20 a month. All it takes is a phone call. Your personal SelectQuote agent will answer all your questions and impartially shop the highly rated term life companies SelectQuote represents for your best rates. Give your family the security it needs at a price you can afford. Call this number or go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
The sun used to make our outdoor deck and patio space so hot and uncomfortable, we couldn't use it.
But then we discovered the Sunsetter retractable awning.
It provides instant protection from the sun's harmful rays.
It keeps our patio about 20 degrees cooler.
Now you can get your Sunsetter for as little as $499 when you call now to get this $200 discount certificate and free awning idea kit.
Call now for your free awning idea kit and $200 discount certificate.
1-800-492-4211.
Isn't Keeping Honest tonight?
We're not trying to twist anyone's words. We're simply trying to get some basic questions answered.
Keeping them honest every night. CNN tonight at 8 and 10 Eastern.
Quality design, the detail, and curb appeal. She'll love the features in a Scott Felder home. And we all know when mom's happy, everyone's happy. Visit ScottFelderHomes.com.
Upgrade your life today, Scott Felder Homes is the way.
Why does it seem like every car dealer in Texas says this? Like that's a good thing? Really? So if I'm foolish enough to just go buy a new car from them, it's pretty much guaranteed I'm going to overpay for it. Why would I do that when I could just go to Mack Hike Dodge in Georgetown and get a straightforward, no-bull price right up front? You know, a great deal with no shopping required.
Get a better deal with no-bull prices at Mack Hike Chrysler Dodge Jeep. Shopping required.
Carolina Governor Mark Sanford, live, CNN tonight, 9 Eastern.
Good morning to you. It is Monday, August 15th. This is your AM wake-up call. Good morning to you. I'm Carol Costello, joining you from New York. It's 29 minutes past the hour. If last week's Wall Street roller coaster had you feeling a little queasy, brace yourself for more motion sickness. This week could be just as bumpy. Fallout from the S&P, downgrade problems in Europe, and worry about slipping into another recession. None of that is soothing to jittery investors, but the global markets are starting the week off strong. The Nikkei and Hang Seng both finished up. In Europe, the FTSE and the DAX are in positive territory. It is a new week and a new landscape in the GOP presidential race after the Ames straw poll. Here's your 15-second speed read. Michelle Bachmann takes a victory lap. Tim Pawlenty drops out. And Rick Perry invests some time in Iowa, fresh off announcing his candidacy. His name wasn't on the ballot, but write-in still earned him 4%. The man accused of mass murder in Norway retraces his footsteps while chained to police. A video clip appears to show the suspect standing on a shoreline, moving his arms as if he's holding a gun, taking aim at the water. Officers say he didn't show 1 ounce of regret during a weekend tour of the political youth retreat, where he's accused of killing dozens of people in a July rampage. Thousands of people arrested during the UK riots, and 2 of them are facing murder charges. They're due in court today, accused in the hit-and-run deaths of 3 men. Residents say those victims were trying to protect their businesses from looters when they were mowed down. A former Pennsylvania judge has been sentenced to 28 years in prison for taking nearly $1 million in bribes. He was sending kids away for minor offenses to a for-profit detention center. Here's the mother of one of those kids.
Ma'am, my kid's not here. He's dead because of him. He ruined my life. I'd like him to go to hell and rot there forever.
Ma'am, come on.
No, you know what he told everybody in court?
That was Sandy Fonzo in February when former Judge Mark Ciavarella was convicted of the so-called Kids for Cash scheme. Her teenage son killed himself after he was jailed for a first-time drug offense. Here's Sandy Fonzo now talking to our Don Lemon about the sentencing.
True justice, I don't think there could ever be. I mean, he'll never live the sentence that I live, that I'll live with for the rest of my life. Can't bring my son back.
The Pennsylvania Supreme Court overturned thousands of juvenile convictions issued by that judge, saying he violated the kids' constitutional rights. 60,000 pounds of ground beef are being recalled on E. coli concerns. No one has reported getting sick so far, but the USDA says it is worried after inspecting a national beef plant in Ohio. The meat was shipped to distributors across the country, so check your fridge. And if you want more details, check out recalls.gov. Time now for a little laughter. Comedian Jay Leno takes a stab at explaining the U.S. economy in 30 seconds. Here's your punchline.
And we're going to show you a video metaphor of what's happening with the U.S. economy. Here, take a look. Okay. Now, this model represents the U.S. economy. See, look, she's moving forward. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. She's moving forward. Now the economy starts to turn. You'll see the economy start to turn, okay? Now, she heads back. It's getting a little shaky. It's getting a little shaky. Okay, now here comes... Now, here comes government assistance, okay? No. Now the government comes in. Has the government helped? Has the government made it better? Let's see. goes down again. It goes down.
I love that one. Time to get serious again. Nearly 40 economists are now predicting the same thing for the economy, and the diagnosis is worse than just 3 months ago. I'll have more details still ahead. But first, today's Businessman Special is about the super addictive and incredibly successful Angry Birds. Find out how much they're worth. That's coming up in 60 seconds. It's 33 minutes past the hour.
There's another way to help eliminate litter box dust. Purina Tidy Cats. Our premium litters now work harder to help neutralize odors in multiple cat homes. Purina Tidy Cats. Keep your home smelling like home.
Wouldn't it be great if you could get everything you needed for your small business for free? Like a building for free, a company car for free, your business website built for free? The cost to have your website professionally built can be thousands of dollars. But for a limited time, you can have yours built by the experts at Web.com absolutely free. And that's not all. Web.com will promote your new website in all the major search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Bing. If after 30 days you're happy with your new website, we'll continue to provide promotion, hosting, support, and maintenance, all for just one low monthly fee. If not, cancel and pay nothing. Call now to get your new site up and running in as little as 7 days free. Over 1 million small businesses rely on Web.com every day. Call now and find out why.
Call 1-800-821-5449 today. That's 1-800-821-5449.
35 minutes past the hour. This is your AM wake-up call. Now back to today's Businessman Special, Angry Birds. Bloomberg is reporting that the company behind the insanely successful cell phone game is reportedly in discussions to get funding that would value the company at $1.2 billion. According to the company, the game has been downloaded 300 million times. Let me say that again. Angry Birds has been downloaded 300 million times. For those of you who don't know Angry Birds, where have you been? But anywho, it's a game where players slingshot birds to wipe out pigs who stole their eggs. Now let's go to Patricia Wu for a look at your money this morning. She joins us live from the NASDAQ market site in New York. Good morning. How are futures shaping up?
Good morning, Carol. Well, the good news is that right now they are pointing to a higher open, so we can hope that we will extend those gains that we saw to the end of last week, with the Dow closing on Friday up about 1% at 11,269. The Nasdaq was up about 0.75%, closing at 2507, and the S&P was up about 0.5%, closing at 1178. Now, of course, as you know, investors are still worried about that European debt crisis. All eyes will be on that meeting between German Chancellor Angela Merkel and French President Sarkozy tomorrow. And the other question is, will the U.S. slip into another recession, Carol?
Oh, I was just going to ask you about that, because there's a new survey out done by a group of economists. What are they predicting?
Well, they are predicting that there is a 30% chance that the U.S. will slip into another recession, and that's twice as high as just 3 months ago. And the main thing is that there's a lot of uncertainty right now. You know, we had the downgrade, we have the European debt crisis spreading. So that is why these economists are predicting that the U.S. could slip into another recession, a 30% chance. But even if we do manage to avoid that R word, economic growth is looking like it's just going to muddle along at about 2.5%. And you know that the economy has to grow well over 3% for it to make any kind of a dent on unemployment, which is stubbornly high at 9.1%. And it's really a stunning reversal, because just weeks ago, economists were calling for a strong rebound for the second half of the year, partly due to those falling gas prices that give consumers more money to spend. They were also looking at July retail sales, which was posted the biggest gains in about 4 months. But then all of a sudden, we got that downgrade and the European debt crisis spreading. So a very different picture right now.
So I'm going with the 70% of economists who don't think we're going to see a recession. Yeah. Thanks, Patricia. Sure. Check out our Get Smart question this morning. The world's